Welcome back. I wanted to do a quick video on the hell banknotes that I've been sending out in your orders. A lot of you have some questions. I do have a video already, and I do reference hell banknotes in a few of my videos on here already. But for updated one, hell banknotes are used for your loved ones. They're used in rituals to burn, to offer them something in the afterlife. And many people who work with hell banknotes as well can work with them on their money altars. You can work with them on your ancestor altars as well. They can go in your mojo bags. They can be used in prosperity bags where you write out petitions. In my prosperity gold bags, I put hell banknotes papers inside of them. I've used them as much as I can until I run out. So for many of you that have questions like how do you use them, what do you do with them, here's what I normally will do. So you should have an ancestor altar if you're working spiritually. Like if you are not at that level yet, then get a little bit more information on the ancestors. You connecting, even just guardian angels, and connecting with benevolent spirits among you. Get connected to what are good herbs to bring forth positive energy from benevolent energies as well. Because once you open up certain realms, certain things come in, and many of you are doing things outside of hoodoo. And many of you are doing things outside of magic that really isn't magic. It's like some kind of, I don't want to say demonic work, but it's not really work where you should be doing to connect to your ancestors, spirits, and any good deities among you. So you're opening realms. Certain energies and entities are coming in. They're controlling your life situations. You don't really have a full hold on it. And, a lot of things are happening. And then you're making offerings to spirits that you don't even know who they are. They're dark spirits. They're demonic spirits. They're malevolent spirits. So you want to work with benevolent spirits that are good, that are blessed, that are, some of them are canonized. In the Bible, I spoke to you guys about what canonized is. You want to work with spirits that are positive, they're uplifting, they're blessed. They were blessed in this world and in the afterworld. You want to work with spirits like that that'll guide you until you could get that connection with your ancestors. So what you can do, you get the hell blank notes. You can get a few. This is a really, really, really large one, and I send these out in all my orders from the past 2-3 weeks. I've been putting these in here until I run out. I usually run out, so I'll get some more. So some of you that don't get hell blank notes, you probably got sugar scrub samples, soap samples. I had 9 soaps like a week ago, so I made samples of those too. Some of you got the rice samples, different rice, sweet rice, and some of you got the hell bank notes, like different little things. Everybody got different things. Everybody didn't get everything of all what I mentioned, but everybody got a little bit of everything. So these large hell bank notes, they can go on your altar. You can take a white protection cross candle, put some my protection oil on it, a clear glass of water, and a St. Clara candle to help you with positive energy into bringing forth the things that you need. So if there is an ancestor that you have known of throughout the family, you work with them, you can put this on your ancestor altar, light the St. Clara candle to keep your mind clear with thoughts, and so that everything that's happening, you're full with clarity. She's good for clarity. So put clarity all in there. You can also use my vision oil. I'll put the links below for the stuff that you can purchase. Put them on your ancestor altar. Work on the money first. Work on the money. Now, I've heard the bigger the amount, the better. Not necessarily true, because I have some that are $10 and $50, and they work just as good. Write down the name of the ancestor. Write down the name of the thing that you want to offer them. I'm offering you this money because I worked this candle for you. You gave me this blessing. You helped me with my house. You helped me with my car, etc., etc. And then you burn it. You can then use the ashes to mix into powders, or if you can visit their gravesite, then mix their graveyard dirt with those ashes for a source of protection. So you can use the hell bank notes for protection. You can use it as an offering to them to thank them for something. You can also use it for fortune, for money to come forth to you. So it depends all on how you work. I'm just showing you an example of how I put it together. There's many different ways you can work. Ancestor money, some people call it ancestor money, hell bank notes. You just want to get a feel of how to use it, how to connect your energy with it. Anything in magic, you want to be able to connect your energy with it. So fresh glass of water for the ancestor. You know, when people come to your home and spirits come to your home, you know, you offer them something, especially if you have an altar for them. So if you have an ancestor altar, put some fresh water there for them until you could connect with who they are and what they like. You don't need to put no food there. You don't need to put no candy, no popcorn, no coffee, none of that. Fresh glass of water. These are my handmade cross candles, my handmade oil, and of course the St. Clara candles. I didn't make that, but I do make candles, and I'll just usually, if I don't have a St. Clara candle, then I'll just make a white candle and I'll put her picture on it. So it's up to you. It's all up to you. But I want you to be able to use every single thing when it comes down to hell banknotes that help you out. Some people may just burn them. They may not work on them. They may not put a candle on them. You can just use it like this too, and just put the cross candle, dress your candle right here, and you can put this on top of your ancestor altar like that and light this. Use a glass plate. Use a plate. Let me see. Use one of these, and then you'll put it on here, because you don't want to burn up your paper just yet, right? So, protection oil. You don't have to put herbs if you don't want to. It's not a necessary thing. It's up to you. If you're a beginner, use my oil. It comes with herbs inside of it, so you don't have to do much at all. And use those herbs. They'll all come out on the candle. Let me show you. I usually suction it until I can get a good amount of herbs, or shake it up really well so I can get a good amount of herbs inside of it. Okay. And you just rub it in. You don't need a lot of herbs, especially if you're a beginner, because then you're going to burn your candle up. And let me say this to you. A big flame on your work is not a good sign, okay? You don't want no high flames. You don't want no huge amount of energy burning over through the herbs and stuff like that, because you put too much. So the minimum is the best, especially if you're a beginner. Make sure you always watch your candles, light it up. You can write the name of the ancestor that you want to offer this to, or to my ancestors, and you could put a bunch of money around it. So you'll get a few more of these, right? And you'll just put them around. And you could burn each one of these individually. As the candle is lit, light it, offering, get a little pot, incense smudge pot, and you want to drop the ashes in there. You want to save them, you want to mix them. There's many uses when you're using ashes, depending on what you're doing, what you're calling forth upon. You can use the ashes to call forth upon stronger ancestors to help guide you, to guard you in the right direction. Ancestors are there to guard you in the right directions. They'll show you the way. They'll show you what spiritual work is good to work with, what oil is good to work if you're mixing a powder, if that has the right amount of energy, and if you're making a candle, if it's right, if it has a good amount of herbs. Like, they will guide you. So work with them if you can. There's not really much you can do. You can continue repeating it. You know, it's a beginner hell banknotes, little ritual that you can do. It can grow larger because you can add different things to it as you learn. But for anybody that's a beginner, even if for those of you that have never used it, this will be a little spell that you can use to help yourself out. And I'll show you how big this one is. So you see it takes up about 4. So yeah. It's all up to you. If you prefer the smaller ones, you can get the smaller ones. You like the big ones, then they're going on all my orders. So you'll probably end up getting one anyway. I rolled them up, I taped them, unrolled them, and you can even roll them up and burn them too, like that. Which is an easier way than to having a full-blown fire rolling around in the house. Right? I'll put the links down below to what you should use. And hopefully I'm very clear, because I really don't have time to repeat back what I just said in this video and then write it back down for many of you. Just put your caps on, and you know, you'll be able, your closed caption should be able to repeat back what I'm saying, because it's kind of like asking somebody to repeat themselves over again, but just write it out for you. Please write it out for me. I know you just did a video for about 4 or 5 minutes, but please just write out every single word that you have just said. Listen, put your closed caption on. You guys like, subscribe, and stay blessed.